for the United Planning Organization. And I'm just delighted at this occasion this evening. You know, it's really exciting to be here with our board, our CEO, our students, their parents, their families, and other UPO staff. This occasion is really a wonderful celebration. And, you know, it made me remember how excited I was many, many years ago when I finished high school and was ready to go off to college. At that time, colleges opened a lot later than they do now. It was kind of mid-September when the colleges opened, but I remember that I had a great big trunk, and I packed my trunk in June, early June. And I had all summer to wait to go away to college. But that's how excited I was, and I'm sure all of you, the students and your families, are just as excited at this wonderful occasion. I'm going to ask our board chair, board president, Mrs. Stanley Mays, to come and do a welcome for us.
Thank you all. One of the things that goes along with having the position that I hold for this corporation is an opportunity to give remarks at many of the events that are held on behalf of the corporation. And here it says, I am to say welcome. And I say to you, welcome. This is the end result of everything else that this corporation can do. We can help children at the beginning of their experiences in life, in early childhood education, and prenatal care, and right through to senior citizens, and meals, and hypothermia for people homeless, and the like. But at the end of the day, what gives this corporation purpose and meaning is the opportunity for the young people who we honor today and award these scholarships to and assistance to raise themselves up and bring their families along with them to become the people that we want to have as productive citizens in the District of Columbia. There's no task that we have that gives this corporation, and particularly I will say this board, more joy than the opportunities to join with you now. And as an example of that, despite all of the work and all of the involvement that our board members have in their other daily lives and all, they are here to join us, and I'd just like to recognize them quickly and to say how important this is to the members of this board and therefore to this corporation. Barbara Boberg is our treasurer, and she is present. Shirley DeVita, who is also present, is one of our board members and one of our executive committee members. John Oberdorfer, witness to your success, and Lonnie Watson. I only do this so that as you move around the city and all, just that you know that while we give you these awards, there are many eyes that watch what you do. So that you can look at these faces, and there are many others, and they are willing to take equal pride and concern about how you fare from moving forward. So please take this opportunity to make us all proud. You have done so thus far. We look forward to being more proud of you in the future. And welcome, welcome, welcome.
Good evening. I'm Dana Jones, and I have the privilege of serving as the Chief Executive Officer of this organization. Many of you have seen me as you walk through the halls or about, and some of you are past recipients. And let me tell you, there's nothing that makes me prouder than the opportunity to come here and share in your success. This event is about you, it's about recognizing your achievement, and it's about something else. It's about a commitment that this board and staff has to this community. No one asked us to do this. We don't get paid to do this. This is not something we contract to do. This is something that the board of directors decided some time ago, and the staff agreed, that as corporate citizens, as individuals who care about this community, that we would work and create opportunities to raise money to help young people go to college. No one asked us to do it, no one pays us to do it. And in fact, 100% of the staff's time on this effort is volunteer. And so from our perspective, this is an opportunity to showcase some of the best and brightest in our city, and an opportunity to really celebrate in the great potential that exists in our neighborhoods. I'm very pleased tonight to acknowledge a number of individuals who have become a part of a family. We don't just simply give out the scholarship. We track you down. We stay on top of you. We make sure that the things that are happening for you are happening. As a matter of fact, Jasmine Stitt made me very proud. Jasmine, stand up. Jasmine graduated in 06, got a scholarship in 06, and tonight brought me her transcript that shows that she's a dean list student in more years. Celine, please. Sue, stand. Sue is at Virginia Commonwealth University. She's a freshman, soon to be a sophomore. Sue was an intern in our offices when she was in Passport, and certainly certainly a pride of UPO, and someone we just love having in the family. Yeah. Sue. Patrick, help me, is it Ofadar?
Oh, he's not here.
He's not here? Okay, he's not here? Okay. Augustus Ford. Augustus is a graduate of Howard University. He was a 2004 recipient, and he currently serves as my executive intern at this point. Augustus. Jeremy and I have had a chance to share a few thoughts, and he's going to my alma mater. He's currently at the Prince George's Community College. He's just finished his freshman year. Jeremy Mathis, please come. Now this young man we have been looking for 3 years. 3 years we've left messages, 3 years we've left notes, 3 years we've left calls, and thank goodness his parents did not move. Alpha Star, Alpha, would you please say? Alpha is currently at St. John's University. He's entering his senior year, and he promises that I'll have a job application in less than 10 months. He is entering his senior year, and we look forward to having him back in Washington. Let's celebrate. And as we recognize and acknowledge the success of many, and what we continue to do to follow up and to make sure that folks are successful, sometimes it just helps getting an extra little card from home, or every now and then, if you end up in a place that we attended or we know somebody who attended, we'll slip a number and a note for someone to check on you. We do that because not only do we love you, but we want you to be successful. We want you to be successful. One of the things that folks learned when I came to work here is that if you send me something, don't send me anything that you don't expect me to read. And so they used to send me these reports on Passport, and they didn't understand that I would read every line. And so I knew who had attendance issues. I knew who had issues with whatever. And so my response was always, did you go to her house? Have you stopped by to see them? Have you done whatever? And I am just so proud because so many of our young people in Passport are getting opportunities. This year we're graduating 11 kids, and all 11 of them are going to higher education. And we're just excited about that. We're just excited about the reality that from this place that we hear so much negativity about, that there are so many beautiful flowers that are blossoming and doing great things. And tonight we come to celebrate some of those flowers. And so tonight, it's about the young people who have proven that not only can they rise, but they are rising stars for the future. We're going to celebrate tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Before we have the presentation of the scholarships, I want to just take a minute to let you know how the students get selected. We start with sending applications for the scholarship widely across the city to all of our high schools and to other places, to various centers where we think our young people might have an opportunity to pick up the applications. Once the applications come in, we screen them. We have an evaluation tool that we use to screen the scholarships. And part of this application is 2 essays that the students must present. They must present an essay entitled My Self-Portrait and an essay entitled My Agenda to Improve the Community. Once we've evaluated the applications, we have scored them, we then pick the top 10 to 15, depending on how competitive the scores are, for interviews, which is the second part of the process. And I have to tell you, the interviewing of the students is one of the most enriching experiences in this entire process. I've had an opportunity to be a part of the interview process only for the last 3 years, but I just tell you, I have learned so much about the students, the community, about the commitment and determination of the students. Once we have finished interviewing the students, we want to give scholarships to all of them. But as it turns out, we can't give scholarships to all of them. We only have 5 scholarships. But it is so impressive what we learn from those interviews. And Mr. Jones will tell you, once the interview is over, I come back and I recite to him almost verbatim what went on in the interviews. And then over the next few weeks, I hear him reciting that to others. So it's wonderful to just become, for a small period, a part of the lives of the students who apply for the scholarships, and just to learn. Some of them have overcome incredible obstacles, things that you would never imagine, because they're committed and they're determined. And the other thing that we hear about in these interviews is the support system that they all have. Their parents, their mothers, their fathers, their sisters, whoever is a part of their support system. You know, you'd love to be a fly on the wall, because the tribute that's paid to the supporters who help our students is just really outstanding. So I wanted you to just have a sense of what we understand and what we appreciate when we go through the interviews. And I would just take one moment to ask the interview panel, I think most of them are in the room, just to stand and take a bow. Thank you. Now, our President, Stanley Mays, will come forward for the presentation.
I'm going to ask if all of the members of the board could just join me in the front here, because I want the young people to know that despite everything else, the people that you don't know, there are a lot of people who've got your back. So I would like for all of them to join us, and others may come in, and if they do, you will see them come to the front, but you will see this is an example of the dedication of the board to making a success of the corporation, and therefore give additional opportunities to you. Ms. Mack said one thing that I'm going to say. We give out 5 scholarships now. When I came to the board, we gave out scholarships, but we did not have as much to give. We now have more to give, and we look forward to the future. You will represent our future, the future of this corporation and this opportunity to find a way to bend over and lean back and give back, so that instead of there being 5, in years to come, it can be 55. So part of your mission is to both make yourself a success and then try to help make opportunities available for others. So without saying more, I'm going to ask Ms. Higuchi if she would help us with the presentation of the award and and the amount.
Well, can Aaron K. Boone please come forward? Aaron, you're getting this award here, but I also noticed that your picture is up here on the wall, so I'd like to read what's stated under here. That says that also a member of the UPO family for 4 years through the agency's Passport to Work program, Ms. Boone, a 2008 graduate of Banneker Senior High School, is headed to the Virginia Commonwealth University, where she will study criminal justice. So that's 2008 Joseph Beavers Award Scholarship, a $10,000 amount granted to you, and you should be really proud of yourself, and I wish you the best of luck on behalf of UPO. Thank you.
This is for when And when Tana is a graduate of Banneker Senior High School, and she's headed to Temple University to study sciences and humanities, and ultimately enter the medical profession. Scholarship is also in the award in an amount of $10,000.
Would Tracy T. Kibler please come forward? Tracy is a graduate of Anacostia Senior High School in Southeast Washington, and she'll attend Trinity University right here in D.C., where she plans to study social work. And you are receiving an award in the amount of $10,000.
I have the pleasure of awarding a scholarship to Amber A. Young. Amber is a member of the UPO family since the 9th grade through our Passport to Work program. She's a 2008 graduate of McKinley Tech High School and is headed to Norfolk State University, where she'll study mass communications.
Our last $10,000 recipient is not here. And I am just wondering what happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we will move on.
Well, let's just identify him so that we
Okay.
know.
He's the only gentleman amongst the ladies.
That's why.
And he's Efren Ayula, a 2000 graduate of Belmont Cultural High School in Northwest Washington. He will study mechanical engineering at St. Mary's College in Maryland.
Efren is going to one of the best, what's rated as one of the best liberal arts schools in America. I have the pleasure of knowing a little something about that school. and have one of our students to go there. It's really a charm. It's one of the most beautiful campuses in the country as well. So very scenic riverfront campuses. So quite a treat. I have the distinct pleasure of asking our board members to please stay in place because we have some other students that we want to recognize as soon as Ms. Johnson gives me their name.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I've got it here.
Yeah, let me see who's here.
Okay, let's see what we got.
Chanel. Chanel Myers?
Yeah.
Here she is.
You can give that to our next board. We only had 5 scholarships, and let me say that we are giving out twice as much money as we were giving out 3 years ago, because quite honestly, our board and community members and staff knuckled down, and we've been able to garner more resources. But we were so impressed with every person who came in that we were convinced that there would be no losers in that group. And so as the staff came back with tears in their eyes and telling me that they did not want anyone to lose, we decided that what we would do was for the other 3 recipients who made it to the finalist list, that they in fact would receive a wonderful gift, I believe. We're giving them a Mac computer, laptop. Something that you can use and get a great deal of use out of. And so it's equipped with all the latest bells and whistles. Okay. The young lady who is receiving this one is Chanel Miles. She is going to be attending James Madison University. Yes, she's a graduate of Hospitality High, and she will enter James Madison this fall. Okay? Okay, good. We're moving right along. The next student is a graduate of Dunbar High School. Her name is Ms. Brittany Capers. Would you please come forward? Ms. Capers will attend the University of District of Columbia, and we're looking for great things. The other student, I'm going to call and recognize her as well, because she's another one of ours. And I take great pride in the young people who come through Passport, and that's Miss Ebony Tate. And Ebony, Now, I'll just be a little paternalistic. I'm going to assume that both Ephraim and Ebony are somewhere studying. Studying or working real hard for pocket money in college. But effort's working. And so we are very pleased that this Eastern Senior High School graduate is going to be attending Norfolk State. So we have at least 2 Norfolk State folks who are going to be there, and I'm hoping that they can support each other as they make that transition. And I'm fully expecting Sue to embrace her new VCU student, and that you know, Aaron has a new friend at Virginia Commonwealth, because Sue went last year from here, and so we expect to be able to see you support each other as we continue to support each other as well. So we take great pride in all of your accomplishments, and again, let's give everybody a round of applause. I'm trying to recall, and this is the wrong time to do it, but did we have one member who had gone to Head Start, was one of our Head Start students? She's not here, but the key is that she's going to college as well. She did not apply for our scholarship program, but we're we take great pride in the fact, Ms. Mays always talks about the fact that we bring people in very young and we help them throughout this process. But we recognized her at a program here about 3 weeks ago, and she is headed off to college as well, and we're very pleased with that. So the success just keeps on rolling.
We can sit.
All right.
We didn't point out what the scholarship funds can be used for, and I just want to let you $10,000 scholarship winners know that you can buy a computer with your funds. They are available to you to support your whatever supplies you need in school, your tuition, your books. I'm sure that Ms. Johnson has already given you a list of the uses that you can make of your scholarship. And before I bring Ms. Thomas to the microphone, I just want to say a word about Ms. Cynthia Jones. Mr. Jones talked about how we nurture our students and how important it is to us that they have someone that they can go to if they have any needs at all, if they just need somebody to talk to, or if they need help negotiating a purchase or just a business arrangement. We have what we call really their surrogate mother here at UPO. Cynthia Johnson knows each one of our scholarship winners very, very well. She understands what they need. She's there to talk to them. And I'm just going to ask Cynthia if she will stand up, take a bow, and just give her. And now I'll ask Aunt Thomas, the director of our youth division, to come forward.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It is my pleasure to be here. When I saw that I had to do words of encouragement, I thought she's quite ambitious. What do I have to say to help you as you move forward, as you embark on this new time in your life? And I'll share this with you since someone talked about college days and moving on to college. I too, when I was ready for college, was extremely excited. My parents were excited because my father got me luggage. Graduated. Go to college, but you're getting out of here. So I opted for college. And when I went, I distinctly remember being dropped off, and my parents spent the day with me. And as they were leaving, I didn't think they were actually going to leave me there. So we're hugging in the car, and I'm crying. And they get in, and finally my dad is the one who's like, yeah, then we got to break this up. We're going to have to do it. So he leaves, and I'm standing there crying, looking pitiful. And I can only imagine how pitiful I must have looked in the rearview mirror because I'm crying, and I'm just like, I know they're going to back up. I'm just waiting, like, they're not leaving me. And he turns down the road, and you see this little puff of smoke. It's like, they're actually leaving. But you know, it was what needed to happen. And rather than it becoming a disconnect, they actually brought me closer to them. We were already close. But I appreciated them so much more. A week after being dropped off at the school, first of all, every night I would call my parents, and I had to call them collect because I didn't have a phone in my room yet. And just the sound of my mother's voice would make me want to weep because I just missed them so much. And then Friday came, and everybody in the dorm decided, well, let's all get together and go to a movie. So my mother calls me. She loves to tell this story to me. She calls me up. She's like, yeah, I'm just thinking about you. I'm like, okay, Mom, but we're about to go to a movie, so can I call you back? And she tells, whenever she tells this story to other people, kids going off to college, she thought, I'm sitting here crying over this girl every day, and she sells me out for some other 18-year-olds. So you adjust. So even during those first few weeks of college when it feels lonely, you're trying to find that place where you fit, it really does come. If you find that you're going along, I've had college students that I've worked with, you know, a month into it, they call me and they're so funny because they'll call and then they'll say, can you call me right back? That way I'm paying for the call. And they're lonely, and so I try to encourage them, join a club. Find someone who enjoys some of the things that you enjoy doing. There are going to be challenges ahead. There are roommate problems. So if you've never had a roommate, it'll be something. But it's one of those things where you learn to live and deal with other people, and then you find those roommates who you absolutely adore, who you love, and you become lifelong friends. So there's so many wonderful things. I think the challenges make you stronger. I had a week that I tell people about jokingly where I ate, well, it wasn't a joke at the time. 1 week where every day I had tuna or cereal. That's all I had. I refused to call home again for money, and it's like, that's it. But that Friday, when I got my $90 paycheck, I ate so well. But it teaches, even now as I'm older, that I can tough it through. I'm going to be okay. Yeah, I may not always be comfortable. All the luxuries and the things that you want may not always be there. But when you look back on it, it'll be some of the best times of your life. I promise you, it'll be some of the best times of your life. So we're so proud of you. Mom and Dad, I told you this before and I'll reiterate it. When they call a month into it, I'm ready to come home, encourage them to stay, encourage them to stay. Because why? 10 years from now, you don't want them in the basement. Writing their name on the food they bought.
Right.
That type of thing. Let them stay. It's good for them. They'll gut it out and they will be sharper. They will blossom to the point when you see them, I'm proud of this woman or this man that's now walking into my house. I promise you that. I promise you that. To the graduates, we love you. We appreciate you. We look forward to you doing great things, being very rich, and giving a lot of money back to this scholarship. So again, we salute you. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate you, and please keep in touch.
And there's just one more group of people I want to ask to stand and be acknowledged, and that's the parents, the guardians, the support system. I know how proud you are. I've walked in your shoes, and it's a great deal of pride to get your young ones out of high school and off to the very important next phase in their lives. This brings us to the end of the program. I learned the caterer is here. So just bear with us for a few minutes. You may want to take a few minutes and get to meet one another while the caterer is setting up. But thank you again.